Moonshiners in Cocke on Discovery Channel show white lightning, corn liquor, bush whiskey. Whatever name you know it by, moonshine has its roots in Appalachia. With so many distilleries along the parkway in Gatlinburg, you might forget that making this liquor is illegal. You may have seen the hit show Moonshiners on the Discovery Channel. Local 8 News anchor Lauren Davis tracked down 2 men in Cocke County who have turned their outlaw ways into a celebrity status. You might recognize these faces: Mark Ramsey and his sidekick Digger Maines of Cocke County, who make moonshine. Digger Maines says, "I never thought I'd be in a TV show doing illegal moonshine in the land of Cocke County." Mark and Digger grew up moonshining, and their relationship with the late Popcorn Sutton landed them a role on the show. Mark Ramsey says, "It's authentic. What we do, we can't permit ourselves to be found by the law because it is very much against the law." They start filming in April when the foliage is on the trees. The leaves act as camouflage to their illegal activity. Ramsey says, "The fact of the matter is when it's on TV, it's already done. If police aren't involved in the recording process, they can't use that against us because they don't know that that's liquor coming out of the still." David tells me there are far worse things out there than making illegal liquor. He says, "As for law enforcement, we don't know where we stand. We wonder every day if this is the day they're going to knock on our door." For both of them, the show is a way to share their heritage with the world. Digger says, "It's a heritage we embrace. There's no shame in it. Your family worked hard and put food on the table. So, as long as Discovery signs them for another season, you can find these boys in the woods or on the Discovery Channel making moonshine." Mark and Digger also work with Chauvelin's distilling company in Gatlinburg. Moonshiners in Cocke County, a look into the hidden world of Appalachian moonshine on Discovery Channel. Cocke County, Tennessee, a lush and rugged part of the Smoky Mountains, has long been a place of mystery, history, and resilience. For centuries, it has been known for its lush forests, deep hollows, and close-knit communities, but it's also home to one of the most storied traditions in American history, moonshining. The practice of distilling homemade liquor, most notably whiskey, began in the Appalachian region in the early 19th century. Over the years, it evolved into both a livelihood and a cultural legacy. In 2011, the Discovery Channel brought this secretive world into the public eye with its reality series Moonshiners, offering viewers a glimpse into the perilous yet fascinating world of illegal distillation in Appalachian backwoods. Among the central locations featured on the show, Cocke County has stood out for its rich history in moonshining. The show not only highlighted the beauty and complexity of Cocke County's natural landscape, but also introduced a variety of unique characters, many of whom were longtime distillers practicing a craft that had been passed down through generations. But what makes Cocke County such a key location for moonshiners? And how does the show capture this tradition while also illuminating the region's deep cultural ties to illegal distillation? To truly understand the significance of Cocke County in the Moonshiners series, one must explore both the rich history and modern-day impact of this craft. The history of moonshining in Cocke County. Moonshining has deep roots in the Appalachian region, especially in Tennessee and North Carolina. The mountainous terrain and the isolation of the area made it an ideal location for people to distill liquor away from the prying eyes of law enforcement. In the early days, moonshining began as a way for local farmers to make a living. They would convert their excess corn, barley, or rye into liquor, which could be sold for a higher price than their crops. Cocke County was no stranger to this practice. With its remote hollows and narrow, winding roads, the area provided perfect cover for illicit operations. As the federal government began to impose taxes on alcohol in the 18th and 19th centuries, many residents of Cocke County, and the surrounding areas turned to illegal distillation to supplement their income. The 19th century was marked by the infamous Whiskey Rebellion of 1794, which saw farmers in western Pennsylvania revolt against the federal excise tax on whiskey. While the rebellion occurred outside of Tennessee, its ripple effects were felt across the entire Appalachian region. As the federal government's reach grew, many moonshiners in Cocke County refused to comply with alcohol taxation, instead continuing their operations clandestinely. For decades, moonshining became a rite of passage in Cocke County, with distilling families passing down secret recipes and techniques to their children. The moonshiners would go to great lengths, sometimes miles away from the nearest road or home, in order to avoid detection from federal agents. The liquor they produced was often sold locally, but some moonshiners would go to great lengths to smuggle their product across state lines or even into neighboring countries. The Moonshiners TV show, a glimpse into Cocke County's hidden world in 2011. The Discovery Channel introduced viewers to the clandestine world of moonshining with the reality series Moonshiners. The show, which initially focused on the lives of several moonshiners in Virginia and Tennessee, quickly gained a loyal following due to its thrilling portrayal of a criminal enterprise that operates just outside the law. It also brought a level of respect to a tradition that had long been seen as part of the area's heritage. Cocke County, with its rich history and deep ties to the art of moonshining, became a focal point of the show. The series did not just focus on the process of distilling liquor, it also offered viewers a look at the moonshiners' lives. These were not just outlaws or criminals. They were hard-working, proud men and women who were simply carrying on a tradition that had been in their families for generations. The show featured a variety of moonshiners from Cocke County, each with their own story, methods, and techniques. One of the most prominent figures on the show was Tim Smith, a lifelong moonshiner from the area, who became a fan favorite for his charm and expertise in distilling. Tim's story and his journey on the show are emblematic of the moonshiner spirit in Cocke County. His experience highlights the challenges and risks involved in moonshining, but also the deep sense of pride that comes with preserving a family tradition. The show helped reveal the challenges faced by moonshiners in today's world. In the past, the biggest threat came from the law enforcement officials and federal agents who tried to shut down their operations. Today, moonshiners have to contend with a changing market, with many legal distilleries flooding the market with commercially produced liquor. However, the moonshiners featured on the show remain dedicated to the craft, producing small batch spirits that are often valued for their authenticity and flavor. The presence of Cocke County's moonshiners on Moonshiners sparked a wider interest in the region's history and culture. It also helped highlight the struggles of a community that had often been overlooked by outsiders. The show became a cultural touchstone for many people, especially those with ties to the Appalachian region, who saw their way of life and traditions represented on screen. The culture of moonshining in Cocke County. Moonshining in Cocke County is not simply about making alcohol. It's a deeply ingrained cultural practice that reflects the resilience, resourcefulness, and independence of its people. For many, moonshining is about more than just a business. It's a part of their identity and a way to preserve family traditions. The moonshiners of Cocke County are proud of their craft. For them, distilling is an art form, and the process is passed down with great care. The ingredients, the stills, and the techniques used to make moonshine are a family secret that is closely guarded. Some moonshiners use recipes that have been handed down for generations, while others have developed their own unique styles. The quality of the product is paramount, and the moonshiners often pride themselves on the distinctive taste and smoothness of their liquor. Despite the dangers and risks involved, moonshiners in Cocke County remain committed to their craft. They take pride in their ability to outsmart the law and create a product that is prized by those in the know. The secrecy and tension surrounding the operation only add to the mystique of the practice. And, as the Moonshiners show has demonstrated, the people of Cocke County have an unwavering dedication to their craft that runs deep in their veins. The economic impact of moonshining in Cocke County. Though moonshining in Cocke County remains illegal, its impact on the local economy cannot be denied. For generations, moonshiners have been able to make a living in an area that has historically had limited economic opportunities. The craft provides income for many families in the region, even though it operates in the shadows. In recent years, however, the influx of legal distilleries has created both competition and opportunity. Some moonshiners have transitioned to producing legal spirits, opening distilleries of their own or working with existing companies to create small batch whiskeys. This shift has allowed some to continue their craft in a legal and profitable manner, while others remain in the shadows, making their product and continuing to fight against the forces of law enforcement and regulation. The rise of legal moonshiners has brought attention to the region and its traditions.